What's up, guys? We are back again, and we are going to be doing another review over a show I'm not watched in a very long time. I didn't think I'd be even talking about it because, again, there was a lot of mixed reviews of how I felt about this show, which obviously you're seeing on screens right now, which is True Blood. And again, with it being one of those shows, again, a very adult-rated show, it was also where again it was like the adult version of if you mixed Vampire Diaries, Originals, and even Teen Wolf. I mean, it was pretty much all adult rated, man. I mean, this show got down and dirty, from cussing to sex, drugs, you name it. I mean, there was all kinds of stuff that was in this show. This show had fairies, it had vampires, it had demons, it had, like I said, vampires, werewolves, witches, hybrids, fairies, you name it, this show had it, man. I mean, there was all kinds of different things that was in this show. And like I said, a comedy, horror, thriller, action, adventure, comedy. Some of the actors that was in this show are no longer with us, such as Nelson Ellis, who played Lafayette. One of the funniest damn characters in the show, man. May he rest, because he brought it to that character. He was my favorite character. And again, I think that when they brought his character to life, it made a lot of different things enjoyable for different people, as well as also for the fandom. And everybody had their favorites, but it's initially around Sookie Stackhouse, who is a normal human girl who meets Bill Compton, who is a vampire, and then it gets shown throughout the series of her interest between another vampire by the name of Eric, who's played by Alexander Skarsgård, who gets another character by the name of Tara, Sam, Lafayette, even Jason, who is Sookie's brother. And it goes through the story of everyday basis between relationships with vampires, supernatural creatures, because it's very open about the vampires in the show. It is like, okay, if vampires were real in the world and they had rights and they weren't hunted, even though they were hunted, or they were not hunted, how would it be like in the world of vampires? Or if fairies were real, or if werewolves or witches, or all these other kind of things that, again, the world would really not know about. So it was very interesting. And when I first started watching it, I did not care for it. I think it was very stupid. I thought it was corny. And I rewatched it, and I liked it, and I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of comedy. There was a lot of smart-ass remarks in here that got me laughing so hard. I was in tears from laughing. There was a lot of moments that made you go, oh wow, or made you upset, or made you happy, or just made you wonder exactly what was going on with certain characters and why these characters did this or why these characters did that, and certain characters you absolutely despised and absolute characters that you loved and just could not get enough of, or characters that you were shipping, like, oh, I ship Eric and Sookie, or I ship this character or that character. So you always had different characters, I would say, you were trying to ship, and you were trying to, I mean, again, I think that's for every fandom, whether you're a guy or a girl or whatever. But either way, some of the characters I did like, some of the characters I did not like. Again, I think it was a very enjoyable show. Would I go back and rewatch it? Yeah, I'd go back to rewatch it. I would enjoy it. I would have a good time laughing. I have a good time getting more involved into the lore of True Blood again, because it's been a long time since I've even watched it. It's been several years since I've watched it, and I would say anyone that has not watched it, if you like anything that has to deal with the supernatural, anything from vampires to werewolves to fairies to, comedy or anything of that nature, and it takes place in Louisiana too, and it's a lot of, you go into a lot of history on different characters, on how long they've been around, what their history is, it goes from everything. I mean, it goes from, everything is brought up in this show. I mean, it's not woke. It brings up a lot of different things, from sexual orientation to ethnics to religion to history to relationships, friendships, family, all kinds of different things that shows bring up. And again, they do it to a very good way. Now, there's certain, I would say, characters, certain scenes, I'm just like, I don't care about that. Move on to the next, which I'm pretty sure everybody has that. And at the end of the day, certain characters will be rememberable, and other characters will not. And other characters, you're just gonna be like, okay, I wish they were just die already. Or certain characters, you just wish like, hey, they just need to go. Or certain characters, why did they come back, or whatever. I really didn't have a favorite character. I didn't have a bad character that I didn't like. Again, it's just been a long time since I watched the show, but overall, I would say if you guys have not watched it, give it a shot. It is out there to watch on streaming, I believe, as well as also check it out on DVD if you guys go want to pick it up, or if you're a fan of it. Who was your favorite character? Who was your favorite character of True Blood? Who was your least favorite character? I think Lafayette was one of my favorite characters. I think Eric was. For female characters, I'd have to say between Jess and Suki, probably. I don't know. But again, it's been a long time. But let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.